Hello?
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Rock!
Rock what?
Nothing.
Gridlock!
I just like saying rock.
Look, I'm wearing a different shirt today.
Wow.
Same color, but different shirt.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
this color.
There's something about a guy who has two orange-colored shirts of that color.
That's true.
A girl picked this out for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's nice.
Which girl?
I don't remember.
That means
Actually,
Melanie.
maybe I did buy this myself. I don't like shopping by myself.
Like, does that change the story you started with?
Yeah, exactly.
What story?
Never mind, Mike. You began with the phrase, "A girl picked this out for me."
So, what would you like to talk about today? You want to talk about why Bill Clinton sucked?
No.
Or... I've got a good question.
No.
Unfortunately, this is related to the terrorist attacks.
I'm frightened already.
All
What?
right, go ahead.
It's a decent question.
All right.
And this one, it's been rattling in my brain a lot. Would you consider the acts that the terrorists who committed suicide to be cowardly or to be heroic?
I don't
Heroic
think
is overstated.
I think
isn't it, from
heroic.
our
I think
perspective?
brave,
There's a bravery attached to it. I don't think
bold,
there's a question
maybe
about
bold, maybe very, very bold, bordering on brave. Certainly not heroic. Although heroic is totally subjective
It is.
to
I mean,
your test
it.
audience.
Do I believe that
They're heroes in the
directed
Taliban.
thing? Yeah.
They're Taliban heroes, no doubt. But I wouldn't consider them a hero. I consider them to have some stones, to be willing to go down with a plane. That shows some determination and some
And let me just state that...
devotion.
Mhm. Well,
That's for sure.
And we've heard about how they're fanatical and all this stuff because they were willing to die for their beliefs.
Yep.
Now, I will make this statement, preface it by saying they were willing to kill a whole lot of people directly and go down
That's
for
the
their
added portion. That's the
Yeah.
value-added portion of someone who's willing to die for his beliefs. These guys were a little bit beyond that, where they're willing to kill thousands of people.
But,
as
I mean,
well.
I keep hearing people say, you know, nobody that they know or no Christian would be willing to die
Who says
completely
that?
for their belief. People are going crazy.
Not to
on
me.
this.
I don't give him any
Jerry Fartwell?
slack. He apologized for what
Well,
he
I
said.
was just
didn't
going to point out that I could just think of one person who wasn't at least directly related to the deaths of millions, but after that, in his name, deaths had happened, was willing to lay his life down for a belief.
he? Hitler.
Jesus.
Oh, well, Hitler did all this stuff. He was a Christian. Hey, we have excellent feedback.
Yes,
Thanks,
we do.
Mr.
Oh, really?
Technical Director.
That's my fault.
There's a shock.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about now?
The writings of Hitler indicate that it was his belief that he was continuing the work of Jesus by avenging his murder at the hands of the Jews.
But
Several
his
books are
murder
written.
was at the hands of the Romans.
So anyways, I watched an excellent show on Afghanistan the other night before Bush's speech to the nation. And it's actually pretty interesting what they got going on over there. Like, the rules that the Taliban tries to enforce and how most of the country really has no economy or currency or real government structure or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like what every bit of file footage of just about any Middle Eastern country looks like.
Bunch of guys in a tent.
You know what I mean? Or just about everything where you see the general masses not exactly
Yep, no
the
middle
picture of
class there.
affluence.
You either have politicians and businessmen, or you're digging in mud and dirt.
Yep. So
Yep.
it's gonna be pretty interesting.
Oh, did you
did
see
you
the whole
both-
thing that got Bill Maher in trouble? The guy from Politically Incorrect?
It was he exclaimed that it was a brave act for the guys, and it all really. I've come down to the conclusion it's all based on perception.
It is, and the other thing he questioned.
Well, the other
was-
thing he said that us firing missiles from 2,000 miles away was cowardly.
Yeah.
That's what got him in trouble. Whether he thought the bombers were heroes or not wasn't the big problem. He was saying that the United States was cowardly for firing missiles from 2,000 away.
Well, what
Do you think
he
it's-
tried to elaborate and suggest that what he further meant was just the way we had dealt with terrorism in the past, doing that as the only means was cowardly.
Unfortunately, being on a long-running show, any casual watcher of Bill Maher is more than acutely aware of his political leanings and his particular feelings related towards the military. So this became piece of evidence number 4007 instead of, oh, maybe he was misspoken, maybe he was misquoted, maybe he didn't elaborate it properly. So if this had come out of the blue, then he might have gotten more slack, but he's been on that side for a long, long time, and this was yet another example of it. And that's why Sears and Federal Express have now pulled their advertising from the show, and a mounting, who knows, 12 people are trying to get him fired.
Well, here's the problem. You're already starting off with a show called Politically Incorrect.
I agree.
You're basically paying him to be
do that.
controversial in
That's
what
right.
he's saying.
Actually, you're paying him to generate revenue for you. If the show was, I can balance a ball on my head, and he just balanced a ball on his head for a half hour, if they could find people to buy advertising time on the show, that's all they wanted to do. So Politically Incorrect, it was never about freedom of speech.
Well-
It was always about generating revenue for the network. As soon as Sears and Federal Express pull their ads out, then they're going to want changes. And he was very subdued the night after, because I actually watched about 10 minutes of that, and he looked like a puppy dog that had been caught not going on the paper. What else you got, Mike?
Hey, whose birthday is it today?
Oh, as we take this on Sep-
Greatest adventure is what lies ahead.
That's correct, Dan. It is both Bilbo Baggins and Frodo Baggins' birthday.
With musical stop.
That was cool.
What was that? Do that again. I didn't see it.
Oh, it takes a second for it to come up.
That is Alyssa.
Yes,
No,
it
it's
is.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Durr.
Sorry. With musical stylings by, I want to say Jonathan. That's the guy who does the music on the Hobbit cartoon and.
I think
Return
Dan
of the
should
King
come on
cartoon.
Karaoke
Hey.
Hell and do that song.
Oh, that's Cameron Diaz.
What?
That's Cameron Diaz?
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't like that picture?
I just think that she looks very, very thin there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Sickly thin.
That, by the way, is a favorite picture of one David Feiner.
Is it?
Yep. Oh, look at this. I found the picture here.
J-Lo? Eh.
You can see some of the tape in that one.
Can you?
He...
Well, the
Eh. Next. She's all right. She's better looking after all the cosmetic surgery. And here we go, everybody. See you later. Bye. You have no idea what you're doing in there, do you? Hey! Hi, everybody.
no, he's doing his mic thing where he just keeps going. There you go.
This is a movie review
Is it?
from like a year ago.
What in God's name is that? Oh, that's Emperor's
Emperor's
New
New
Groove. Never mind. Oh, that was easily. Have you seen that film?
No.
You have to see that film.
Why?
Dude, Where's My Car could very well be the most pathetic film that has ever been made. Easily.
Why did you see it?
It was playing on DVD player when I went to go visit my brother. And the people that he lives with, they were watching it. And there were like two parts that I laughed. One had Hal Sparks in it from Talk Soup, the little guy.
Hal Sparks.
Yeah, and I think there was one other part that was marginally funny, and the rest, first off, wasn't funny. Second off, it was for 12-year-olds because it was a lot of like locker room humor where they weren't even men enough to actually use the words.
Mm-hmm.
It was pathetic. It was truly pathetic. It was written, and this DVD has alternate audio commentary from the director. I challenge him to defend the film or explain any reason why he did what he did. It was juvenile, but I think it was rated R. I have to check it. Does it have the rating on the cover of the box?
I think so. I'm not sure. I think it was like PG.
It might have been PG-13, but it was so horribly juvenile. It was ridiculous. And anyway, these guys thought it was really funny, the people that were watching it. And I'm watching, waiting for something to happen. It was bad.
But don't you think that, quite honestly, that the juvenile aspect of the audience had to be what they were going for anyway?
Well, if it's PG-13, yeah. If it's rated R, no. I think maybe this guy actually tried to do a film that he thought was good. Like, who tries to do a bad film?
Ed Wood. He didn't even try to do a bad film. That's
No,
the
see,
frightening
that's
thing.
it. There she is. There's Alyssa Milano. She's pretty. There's Britney Spears.
Here's Britney Spears again.
Eh.
She's given us the "we're number one" sign.
It
Upside
is,
down.
actually, it is.
Yeah.
That's cute.
I don't know who that is. Oh, that's Britney again. At
Yes,
least-
it is. It's post-surgery Britney.
Here's a not so good picture of Cameron.
I'm telling you, see? Tell me that she doesn't look like she's scary thin.
I think this
Almost
is
emaciated.
Charmed,
Almost
the
maybe.
Girls of Charmed.
Well, that's the old girls of Charmed.
Oh, there's new girls on there
Well, they
now?
got rid of the ugliest one,
Oh, good.
which would be
Shannon
Pepper?
Doherty.
Shannon Doherty. She walked. Hey, Shannon Doherty walked off the set. I guess she's off the show, and they've got somebody else in there. That's a nice picture too. I like that one.
That's Jason's favorite.
I don't like that one. That's off of Maxim, right?
Probably. Or Stuff.
Alyssa Milano gets free advertising on this show.
That's
Regularly.
right. Although, yeah.
What?
Don't
And
ask
then
Dan.
we've got the Girls of Riki.
Oh boy.
Now here we go. We're not going to show that one, are we? Let's not. Don't do it. Gosh.
What? Is that
He's on the
Toyota-
switcher in there.
whatever her name was?
That's Manami.
You can even see how. Never mind. Program schedule erased.
Hey, we're halfway through this show.
All right, halfway done, everybody. Half
The phrase "thank God" has never taken such significance before.
Yeah, we've got a new slogan for this show and you viewers. When someone asks you about it, you just say,
Heck,
"It's only a half hour."
That's right. That's the graphic I wanted to make.
Email him at mike@massafterdark.com or jason@massafterdark.com.
is that still Jason's, or is it Jason at completelylazy.com?
Yeah.
No longer co-host.com.
Jason at rislacker.com.
He wants to just he always wants to do shows Tuesday night, and as many people know, PAC TV's not open Tuesday night.
It isn't.
Nope.
No, not past 6 o'clock.
Not past 6 o'clock.
That's too bad.
And that's not late enough for a mass.
What's he
after
do on the
dark.
weekend that he's so busy
What
he
does it
can't
say?
come
Jason
up
at
here?
datesjuniorhighchicks.com.
Jason at jailbait.com.
Remember, in Rhode Island, the age is 16.
Oh,
That's why he's
is that
spending-
something he told you?
Yes. He
That-
did a lot of research on it. There's
When you say a lot of research, what exactly do you
it
mean?
means he found a page on the internet that shows all the states, and one state was like 12 or 13.
It's got to be Georgia or Alabama or Arkansas.
I think one was like Utah.
Kentucky. Utah?
Mm-hmm.
Would it frighten you if it was Arkansas?
No, doesn't frighten me anywhere. I know people from the South.
I heard last night from a reliable source, speaking of Arkansas, that Hillary Clinton is a muff diver.
Hey!
Oh, boy.
What the? Oh, God.
Is
Don't.
that offensive?
It is to me. Hey, you got my face on your show. I'm not going to be a party to discussions on like that.
Who was that? Was it one of you that brought it up, or another person?
No,
in
it
the
was
room?
Pat.
Oh.
Claiming that he knew someone who knew someone who knew someone that said that it was
That's
basically
right.
common knowledge in Washington, D.C., that she was more active in bringing women into the White House than her husband Bill was.
And I thought,
They
wouldn't
would
that be
just
cool
share.
if you had a picture of the threesome going on?
Oh! Well, with the size of Hillary, it's always a threesome, isn't it?
I guess so.
Wow.
But I think we've spoken enough about that, don't you?
I would say too much.
Yeah, I agree. You've
Hail
got
the
nothing else?
chief.
Mike, you've got nothing else? Is that what you're telling me?
Let me think.
It's
You
your
can always
show.
replay your sister's cartoon.
No, I didn't bring it into it.
Oh, that's too bad.
Don't tell me we're out of stuff to talk about and we're only halfway through the show.
Well, we're not, but you're kind of in charge. You're the producer.
Oh, well, what else?
What's your
What
view?
kind of military action do you think we'll see in the next few months?
What's your
concerning
question? What will work, or what are we going to see?
What we're going to see. And then you can follow it up with what you think would work. I think we're just going to see some, fighter jets flying over parts of Afghanistan. And we're probably, I think, going to find bin Laden and bring him back here and chain him up in Central Park.
Do you see that as being even remotely possible?
No.
You don't think we're going to grab him?
If we do, he's got the wanted dead or alive sign already. So
Yeah.
theoretically, we take him out when we get a chance. That way we don't have to deal with the legality of the justice system, and we don't have to deal
All
with
the
the defense
extradition
lawyers.
aspects and
No, that's
And all that
true.
business. It's easier just to shoot him and then drag his body here. But if you were going to do it, since I've been doing a little reading up on the Muslim religion, what I would recommend that they do is, while he's still alive, cut his hair. See, my concept is if this guy is so fanatical, let's say that he really is a religious nut, and that he thinks he's going to be welcomed by Allah if he does all this stuff and tries to kill Americans. My concept is, let's make him as unappealing to Allah as possible within the
Yes.
constraints of the Muslim religion.
Well,
So
you
the
got a whole lot of hot chicks that dance around them constantly.
No, that's not it, because those guys, that's the first thing that they violate. They drink and they go to the strip clubs. That's what they found with a lot of the bombers.
Oh, really?
They weren't really well practiced. But what you could do is, first off, cut his hair really short, because that's one of the things that they're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to cut your hair. You're supposed to let it grow long. Second off, shave him. Shave his beard, shave his mustache. That's the other thing, the quote-unquote unholy thing that you're not supposed to do. Then, as he's dying, I'd shove a sausage sandwich down his throat, make him eat it. I'd make him as
Why?
unappealing to Allah, because you're not supposed to eat pork, Muslims. I would make him as unappealing to Allah as possible on his way out. Even though it probably has nothing to do with anything, that would be the statement that you make in addition to killing him. To show that these religious fundamentalists, that you're not going to treat him so nice. And if you can make him think, even for a second, holy crap, I've got a sausage sandwich in my mouth, my hair's cut, maybe Allah won't accept me. If you can make him think that even for a second, then you've really won.
What's
Because
the
up
thing
until
against the
then,
sausage in his mouth?
can't eat pork. Not supposed to
Oh.
eat pork.
You
Hey,
like that picture, by the way? With the long hair, like she should have.
it's all right. She's okay. That's all right, too. Perfect.
Al Gore.
I wouldn't be shocked to see some kind of
Bill Gates.
a bombing thing going, but I wouldn't be shocked either to see a ground war eventually, an occupation type thing happen. Actually, from everything that's been said, isn't that the direction things seem to be leaning in?
Yep, hopefully. I'd like to see them take over Afghanistan, give UN control,
Yep.
and then we'll get some good cheap oil out of it. That's all pretty much I care about now.
Cheap oil is good. It will fuel our economy, literally. That was my joke for the day.
Yeah, well, keep it to today.
Did somebody ask me to do this show, or did I sit in
I
this
think you were
chair?
forced into it, actually. And there's no Dave Barr to bail you out now.
How would Dave Barr bail me out?
He can replace you, like he did a few weeks ago.
Oh, really? He was on the show? How'd he do? We like
It
Dave.
was the time when we had the pizza.
Dave's good people.
Yeah.
Did you like have to run out of the room or something? He replaced you for a few minutes?
That's maybe what happened.
I don't think he's been
Yeah.
on one completely.
And anyways, that was a fun open house that we had Friday night.
It rocked.
Yeah. When is that going to actually air?
I
Yeah.
have no idea. I think there were thousands of people who came through the door.
Really?
Nobody actually heckled you guys, though, from the show.
No, only that you doing your stuff, which was hysterical.
What?
He
Oh,
was
that?
doing stuff?
I was trying to make Chris cry. I was doing the elevator,
Yeah.
and then I did the canoe, and that's pretty much all I did. I was going to do the stairs and the escalator, but I don't have the right shoes for it.
Uh-huh. So how's that stretching machine working out?
Working out pretty well. We're not going to talk anymore about the stretch machine.
And the pain threshold thing?
Pain threshold's good. I was going to go to 75 the other day, but he didn't seem too keen on doing it. Maybe next time we're going to go to 75.
Wow.
I'm going to break through that pain barrier. It's going to be kind of like Altered States.
I wonder if there's like a Guinness World Record on that.
That's what I was asking. I don't think they know. And I'm sure there's some freaks out there that can take more than that.
Yeah, like me.
I imagine there's people who actually enjoy that kind of thing too. So
I can't imagine that.
I don't know. It's a weird world. As you guys obviously already know by watching this.
Yes. What else can we talk about? Oh, I had this news story about a woman and a couple got into a fight and the woman cut off the guy's testicles.
Mm-hmm.
And this is in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was and then another guy down in Peru was boycotting the government or something.
Yeah.
And he cut off his own. One at a time.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that?
He apparently really
don't
didn't
know.
like something the government was doing.
Yes.
I don't know of a better way to make a political stand than remove your ability to reproduce.
Yep.
It really does make a statement that you may very well be retarded.
I knew where you were going.
Wouldn't it be better if you were a big protester? Wouldn't it be better to breed or spawn 12 more little
54
persons?
children.
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
like my uncle, Richard.
Richard is your uncle?
Yes, he has
Not
12
me.
kids.
12.
Yep.
Catholic family.
Mormon.
The
Wow.
Mormon, the merrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, for Mormons, the more women, because they can do the multiple marriages too.
No, that's a myth. They don't approve that anymore.
They don't approve it.
Well, yeah, they don't really recognize. And it's
Oh.
not looked upon as something you'd want to do.
It's not advertised,
No.
but it's still accepted, just not
I
condoned or
don't think
approved.
it's really accepted anymore.
Really?
That was the gist of it I got out of my cousin, that there are people that are Mormons and claim that it is, but it really stems back to a period where in Utah, so many men were being killed, I believe, by the Indians, that there was a massive surplus of women, and so they let the rule slide back. I think it was at the beginning of the last century, like 1900s.
Surplus. You
It was a
don't hear
surplus
that
of
word
women.
normally attached to human life. Got a surplus of women. Look at how he objectifies the fairer gender. Now you
I
understand
didn't
why
use
you see
that
all
term.
these
That was
pictures.
his term. I'm just paraphrasing.
Well, if you're paraphrasing, then how can it be his term? If you're quoting him, then it would be.
Well, I can't remember if he actually said that exactly, but that was. the
Here we
gist.
go. Yeah. All right.
Or maybe it was
Flim
Wallace.
Flam Man.
Yeah.
Wallace Shawn.
You're
said
nothing
that.
more than a flim flam man. Dear Michael.
Hey, Dan got to sleep in the same bed as Wallace Shawn last night.
But not at the same time.
Nope.
Just want to make that clear. Yep. My brush with greatness. I guess.
I like the show we did last week. That one came out pretty good.
I
Yeah,
know.
it
What
did,
happened to
but-
this one?
I don't know. I'm not awake. I don't think anybody's awake.
I'm awake.
What is
I am
this?
ready. I am always ready. Roll. You know what that's from?
What?
That's Pee Wee Herman's homage with Jason Hervey as the incorrigible young star, where Pee Wee finally finds his bike on the set of a movie, so he dresses up like a nun, waiting for his little chance. And Jason Hervey tells the director, "How can I do my job when she can't get her cues right?" And then she gets all pissed and says, "I'm out of here." And he says, listen, it's all about the kid, just do it. And And he says, okay, ready on the set. And then Jason Hervey goes nuts. And he says, ready? I'm always ready. I've been ready since 6 o'clock. Roll. Of course, this was supposed to be an obscure reference. And since I just had to explain the entire thing to everybody out there, it kind of pulls away from the impact of the statement.
Yeah, but you know what it does effectively?
What's that?
Kills time.
Yes.
How much time we got left there?
Only 2 minutes.
Wow.
Wow, we're in the 2
So
minute
what
warning.
can we talk about for 2 minutes?
I don't know.
Would you consider the economy in the 1960s to be more of a...
You know, you weren't
Let's
gonna
talk,
finish it.
why did the Red Sox suck so bad?
Bad karma.
I think it's all fixed.
It's not all
a big enough
fixed.
city. Wasn't it you that said that? That had the...
See, you're misstating me. I never said it was all fixed. It is influenced,
Yeah.
most certainly,
Yes.
but not all fixed. I think that
yes.
Carl Everett was more damage to the team than we were led to believe, and Dan
And we're hearing more
Duquette's
and more about that aspect.
and
of
Dan Duquette's defense of him for so long alienated the coach, and now we don't have the coach, and hopefully we can get rid of Everett.
Oops.
That Everett was part of the problem. All the injuries. Anytime your number one, any team that has its number one starter get injured long term, it basically takes them out of the mix.
Number one starter, best player.
Yeah,
For a
MVP.
good portion,
Nomar
yeah.
Garcia Power was out for over the first half of the season too. They had no business being 500.
Or certainly not being at the All-Star break 2 games behind the Yankees.
Yep.
And perhaps at that point leading in the wild card.
It was smoke and mirrors, but the injuries caught up to them, and they've got a bunch of guys that are bench players and non-full-timers who they made full-timers, and they started to cough it up in the end of the season.
It has been my contention that everyone played over their heads, and everyone let out a collective sigh of relief when Nomar came back. And the problem was Nomar wasn't able to stick around, and nobody was then playing up to that level anymore. And all of a sudden you lose 900 out of 901.
Yep. Well, that was also the quitting part too, where the team actively quit as a show of
We're
defiance.
done, aren't we, Mike?
No, we've got like another minute almost.
Well, it's good that you ran the credits then.
Yeah.
Good timing.
Usually I don't have enough time, so I want
Now,
to make sure I
what
got
Packy Award did you win last year?
We won the Point of View Award.
Oh, so not technical excellence.
We were ineligible because we're just so good, basically. We would have swept the other competition, and that wouldn't have been right.
This is a good show. Please don't turn to the camera. Nice.
So long, everybody.
See ya.
It's too soon still.
How much time do we have? Damn you.
Another 10 seconds.
Gee,
There's
Long
the
minute.
credit.
There's the
5
credit.
for
So
there.
long,
You're
everybody.
perfect. Another
Bye.
winner here from Pack TV.
Solidly
Was awful.
elicits the term bring back fish guts.
Yeah.